Hello, guys. Hello, ladies. Hello. I don't even know. It is Sarfnic here. Welcome back to. Actually, I'm gonna try Minecraft music for a second. Welcome to. Yeah. Can't speak. Welcome back to another Sarfvival stream. Oh, it froze. Minecraft. No. Whatever will I do without you? Oh no. Hold on a second. Yeah. Sorry to the one person who joined when the title was still Minecraft. I forgot to quickly update it, so there you go. It's updated now. Welcome to Sarfvival. The funny thing is, I did the first stream about 33 days ago, I think now. Which, it was like it was like December 10th, and today's January 12th. It was the way start of winter break. Do you kind of miss those? Do I kind of miss those days? Yes, I very much do miss those days. Yeah, you know, I had a lot ahead. But winter break went by fast this year, and it's primarily because 1/3 of it I was on a trip for. It's about like a 34-day vacation, sort of. And for like 10 days, I was gone. So, yeah, that's kind of like about a third of it on vacation. So, yep, we're back on Sarfvival anyways. As per usual, this is a therapy stream now because I'm in a sad mood. I only stream Sarfvival when I'm really in a sad mood. Like the one I did about 6 months ago in the summer, which, Jesus, I 6 months, was because I was in a sad mood. But yeah, I was telling the story of the summer. That's probably going to be wrapped up in a little bandage very fast here. I think I'm ready to finish that story now. So, yeah. We did find a Woodland Mansion last stream, actually. We went adventuring. And for the first time ever, I found a Woodland Mansion on accident, which is a good thing. Very good thing indeed. I think that we should definitely work on some base progress before going back out, though. I just want to get enchantments, dude. Like, I need enchantments, bro. Oh, let's put these seeds away, actually. Hold up. But, yeah, I'll be streaming Winecraft. Or, fuck, not Winecraft. I'll be streaming Sarfvival, baby. I just need a thumbnail quickly. There we go. Alright. So, I'm going to tell the story of the summer. I am recovering from a cold, but it's already been a couple days now, so yeah. And now I'll probably just talk about future stuff. Because I'm sick of talking about the past. Let's talk about future stuff. Like, I live in the past so much because I'm a big reminiscer, but I think it's time to at least live in the present. Fuck the present. Time to talk about the future, too. Or about my life, at least. And maybe more recent past stuff, too. So anyways, it's been so long I've been trying to tell this fucking story through multiple streams that when I started telling the story, it must have been like September. It's now, in the story I'm talking about May, June, July, August, and it's now January. It's like when I started telling the story was closer to when the story happened than it is to when I'm going to finish telling the story. Anyways, so I talked about like my 6th week working my summer job. And I forgot to leave out I left out one detail that I forgot to mention, which I remembered through this entire month that I haven't done the stream for. I remembered that I need to tell this detail. So, when I was leaving my job, I was like walking back towards my house, and that counselor who I said was really chill. She was like 15, and she had like a little brother who was like 11, and he was a camper. God, I just got a text. It's just this. What? Okay. Distractions. I feel like I'm driving while texting right now or some shit. Which I don't do, but sometimes I sin in the fact that I will I'll check my phone while driving if I get a message. I'll be like, okay, let's do the messages quickly. Which is not a good thing. It's not a good habit. It can wait, but anyways, it's like, you're like, it just takes 2 seconds, you know? It's all good until the cops see you do it. It's all good until the cops see you do it. But, anyhow, I'll put these diamonds away quickly. I got these diamonds for my little adventure, actually. Yay, go in there. I guess the raw flesh can go in there, too. But, yeah, so I was leaving, and then, like, for some reason, like, oh, wait, catch up to me, I want your phone number. Which, I don't think they ever did anything with, unless that's them who just texted me, because some random person texted me saying hello. That would be a mega Lucius coincidence. Anyways, But then I got her Snapchat too, and she was one asking me, like, she was one asking me, and her brother had accused me of having a crush on her. Her brother was also like this really fucking funny kid. He could like roast anyone, but like he was like always like roasting in a mean way, like, look at you, your head ass. Like I remember he roasted me one time, really hard, in like while I had like a kid was riding my back too. I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, what are you talking about, man? And he's like, this kid was really mean to me anyways. I don't even know why. He wasn't one. Thankfully, I wasn't a counselor for him. He was in a different group. But I remember one of the other dudes I worked with was like, oh yeah, that kid's my favorite kid. He's just so funny. And he was saying something like, bro, we could have been friends. Like, while I was getting his sister's number. We could have been friends, man. Like, really? You honestly think that? You honestly think that? Oh, yeah, this person's just texting me random shit. What the fuck? And I was like, really? This guy who like roasted me actually is like who kept just like how I never had any like positive conversations with. This kid I like met just randomly didn't like me. He's like, wait man, if you were nicer we could have been friends. But he was like being serious, like he sounds sad. I'm like, oh it's okay, bro, we can be buds. And he seemed happy after that. And yeah. Then like, oh, we're just taking the train home. That's how I ran into him. And boom, I was actually like a quarter of the way back to my house there too, because this place I worked at was still really close to my house. No way, this weed just grew in like the past 2 seconds. I guess it did. Yeah, but then I left those guys and never saw. No, it's not actually false. Never mind. But I left those guys and never worked with them again. And then that weekend was the weekend, I think I probably talked about it already, but I'll say it anyways, of MCC 23. I finally got that video out like a couple days ago, by the way. Thank God. I'm already working on the MCC 24 video. I already made decent progress on it. It'll probably be out in like a couple days. At the latest. Or maybe even at the earliest. Probably at the earliest on my schedule. But, yeah. Very, very fun week there. And then, yeah, this is a depressing weekend. It's like, oh no, I'm on to a new location for the next 2 weeks and that's it. So yeah, most of the locations I got moved to I worked for either for like 3 days or 5 days. 5 days being a week, obviously. But this next one I would work at for 10 days, which was 2 weeks. Plus it would be the last location because then after the 8 weeks are over, boom, job's done, you know? Cool screenshot. I really want to play more Minecraft single player, so I really want to bring this series back for the summer next summer. I want to start uploading videos too. I might even record Sarfvival, honestly, before I leave. Whatever. Funnily enough, I almost spent the night. You remember that one time the latest episode of Sarfvival that was recorded? Released and recorded. I haven't recorded anything since. I spent a night at like one of my friend's house. I almost spent the night there again tonight. I was there. We fell asleep for a bit. It was like 2 a.m. and I was like, okay, I gotta go because my parents want me to bring their car back probably. So yeah. Anyways, enough distractions. I started out a new location on Monday, July 5th, 25th. July 25th. What's weird is July 5th also was a Monday, I actually think. No, it was actually a Tuesday. Never mind. So Monday, July 25th, I started out this new location, and I don't know what to expect. It was at the beach near the main place I worked at. However, I'd say it was a tiny bit farther from my house as the place I worked at week 6. So it's the start of week 7. I go to the beach, but it was very close to the original place I worked at, so I'd always pass that place on the way there and way back. I arrived there, and this place ran in 2-week sessions, and so on the first day of the new session, for some reason all the workers have to show up an hour early for like literally no reason, because there's like no extra prep you have to do. They just had to show up an hour early. But again, for me it's like a little weird because like I'd never worked with these people, and kind of like the other one, this was a different camp. It's a nature camp. I've always referred to it as a nature camp I worked at. This one I actually did talk about a lot, because right when I started this, the day before I started doing this one, and for most of the time that I worked there, I was doing nightly live streams on my second channel of me playing this map called the Evernight Chapter 1 map. And so I would always talk about this camp through that. Like, or I'd talk about it a lot, because after work I'd just go stream, right? So I'd be like, I'd go stream myself playing this adventure map, so I'd be like, oh yeah, I had a fun day at work today, you know. And some fun stuff happened over this job. it definitely went out pretty well. But whenever I started at a new camp, dude, your boy was always so scared. Like you're just worried, like, oh, what if the kids don't like me and I have a horrible time, And I'll admit, out of all the places I've worked at, this one and the one I worked for the one I worked for 3 days, I would not want to work at like over the summer. Like I would rather just not. I don't know. Is this because this one was one of the ones that had like no AC? So I was like, fuck. I was always hot and really sweaty, and The main place I worked at and the sports one, which was the one we just talked about. That I would definitely go back. Like I would go back. I would work there again. But this one, being outside, just being outside so much is like, in the summer, it's like sometimes you're just like, all right, bro, I'm thirsty as shit, and sure I have water, but I'm dehydrated every second, and I really just need a break from the heat. Okay, that's one thing I kind of don't miss about summer. Sometimes the heat is just like, So yeah, I had to deal with that anyways. So, let's breed the cows. So now they're all aged. Might waste one extra because I don't know if I have an odd or even number, but yeah, let's make the love. I'm worried about mob cap, but seeing how big this is, you probably can't get mob capped even in here. Probably need like 1,000 cows to get mob capped. Oh my god, you're joking. I don't have carpet. Here's how this works. I open this hatch. Okay, I was gonna say if any cows got out, I'd just kill them. But that's fine too, that works out. Let's cook up these potatoes. Potato. So sleep probably is a good idea. Turn all these into bread. But anyways, I arrived at this new camp, and there were 2 workers. One of them, again, I have no idea who the fucking workers are before I go in, dude. Was a dude I went to high school with, again. Like, in my grade. Many camps I've ran into, many people I went to high school with. Another one was a guy who I knew from, like, elementary school. He was like my older brother's age. He was, like, 3 years ahead. But we never actually talked about this despite that. And his sister was, like, a year below me. And we'll talk about that later. So, anyways, I ran into these guys, and then it was like the early, we had to arrive an hour early, but they have like the pre-care group, and working pre-care sucks, dude. I hate it. And one positive thing about switching camps was I would never have to work pre-care, but this camp, they started making me having to do it sometimes, and it was so annoying. It's like you have to come an hour early. So instead of like, waking up at 7, you gotta wake up at 6. Instead of coming in at 8, you gotta come in at 7. It's like, no, you don't want to do that. No one does, man. No one does. Actually, I should probably. No, I need to get. Seriously, need to get a carpet for that. You gotta have wool sitting around somewhere, right? One wool. Shit. Look at this stuff, though, bruh. I think we got this from our last journey. Look at this stuff, bruh. Slime balls is actually quite surprising. We got all that. I'll probably record an episode in a few days where I actually just raid the Woodland Mansion. I really want to do that. For now, probably need to work on some more domestic stuff anyways. Like, mining. Really what I need to get is I need to get books. Like, we were working on villager stuff, right? Let's work on fucking getting the villagers. Just villager trading, emerald spending, all that stuff. Let me see if I got any emeralds sitting around. Probably do from some of my journeys. Maybe it's in an e-chest too, if I have one. 1 emerald to my name. 1! Well, that's sure gonna be a start. Anyhow. I arrived here, and there was one kid who was a pre-care. This chubby, white blonde kid, and I'm just gonna say his name because I don't want to fucking disguise. His kid's named Alex, okay? And he had a joke book, and he would tell jokes all the time from this joke book. And they were funny jokes, actually. And he also had this how do I explain it? This like book that would like tell the world's dumbest laws, and that was what he was obsessed with. The joke book, well, not really, actually. The world's dumbest laws, and it was like I think most of them from the U.S. Actually, it might have been only from the U.S., but it was about really stupid laws, and it was actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, like. But eventually, we all got tired of it because he would just keep on telling the same old fucking shit. So yeah, the counselors at this camp were, as the best part of traveling camps is I met like 1,000 different counselors. Like they were so sick. And so since this one was associated with like the arts camps, like the main one I worked at, and like the one I worked at for like 3 days, I hadn't seen any of these guys at training. And the sports one, some of the people from the sports camp actually are training because for some reason they like doubled. They decided to help each other. We'll train some of yours too if you want, but none of them were at this one. So obviously I had this older guy, right, who was like 3 years older than me. I remember from elementary school. He was like the co-director of this camp, and there was the main director, but that dude wouldn't show up until like the third or fourth day. I think it was probably the third day. So the first 2 days we went out with that dude. So this dude was pretty much the director, and he was so chill. Like he was it's like the most chill, like co-director I ever had to work with ever. Such a chill guy, love him, and he apparently had been working this job for like 4 years straight, like or working with this like nature camp for 4 years straight. He's like, I just keep coming back, man. And he was like starting his senior year of. No, if he's 3 years ahead of me, he would have already been a senior. I don't know. He was somewhere in college, okay? And he was gonna be an RA. Really funny guy. And then obviously there was this guy I worked with, one of the other counselor. Fuck, can't speak. Who I went to high school with. I actually had a sophomore year class with him, believe it or not. And I remember on the first day, we were just like at the park. I don't know, for lunch break or whatever, and the kids were playing around, and we were just talking about our college experiences, and it was really good reflecting on that. I was telling him about my freshman year, he was talking about his freshman year. I think he went East Coast, though, and I went, well, I'm pretty much, I go to school in the same state, which is nice, because this dude's like, oh yeah, I only really come home for, like, the breaks, like Thanksgiving break, spring break, winter break, and summer break, obviously, and I was like, yeah, I come home every couple weekends. It's pretty nice. Kind of weird thinking I had that conversation so long ago. Like, that was before my entire third semester. But it feels like so recent in my brain. And then there was a different counselor, this 15-year-old girl. She was really good looking, actually. She was really, really good looking. But she was 15. And, yeah, no. Like, obviously, Sarfnic not sus. Sarfnic not sus. But she was really good looking, I'll tell you that. And 15 is like really... 15-year-olds don't look young, but they're actually pretty young. Like when I was 15, they were 11, right? But despite that, she also went to all these fucking counselors went to my high school. Okay, dude, she went to my high school, but she's 15, so like she started like she was a freshman right after I left as a senior. So like we were never together. You know what I mean? Like, but despite that. She actually had like a teacher that I had. We were talking about it for a bit, but she's like definitely the counselor I interacted with the least. Like I talked to this girl like barely, at all. She's a funny kid. She kind of reminds me of, if you see some of my second channel videos, Halo. They sound like her and everything. Yeah. And I think she's like the only time I ever met like a counselor or a person I worked with like mom before. Her mom was, I don't know, just chill, I suppose. Girls always have weird relationships with their mothers, like they're like really close with them. Either they're really close to them or they hate them. And I guess she was really close to her mom. So, yeah. But she was pretty close with the counselor I always talked to a lot. And then there was a third counselor who I also went to high school with. And I also went to middle school with. I'm not going to specify this as much, but she was like an aide, so she was there to deal with a specific child who had many issues. Yes, this camp had a child with many issues. Oh, sorry. I'm stupid. The counselor, it's confusing their gender. They were a girl, but they're a transgender guy. They get pretty good guy vibes too, but I think I just refer to them as a girl. Look, I respect their decision, so I'll refer to them as a guy, obviously. But yeah, sometimes I'm like confused. You guys see how bad I am at storytelling. My brain like mixes everything up. I can't focus. That's why I'm just running around. If I was like actually doing a task, I would not be able to focus on what I'm trying to say at all. Should probably put this Eye of Ender away too. We're not gonna go to End for a little bit. Probably not for like a fucking year at this rate I continue the series for. Yeah, I'm just texting this random person who's messaging me. Who knows? Might be someone important, like I don't know, a billionaire. Who knows? I kind of want to explore more. Like, maybe go this way, do a loop down here. But I really gotta work on getting enchants. So I'm gonna make a lectern, but I need to donate a bookshelf. Sacrifice a bookshelf. It's for the greater good. Yeah, I'll just kill some cows. Yeah, but I want wool so I can actually like kill cows out. Like, you see, it's all these issues. Give me that leather. Yeah, it's just more than enough leather. Actually, no, I think I need one more. There we go. Sorry, cows. Your sacrifice will not be in vain, though. Your meat shall be tasty. Okay. Anyways, now we make books. 3 books to be specific. A bookshelf, some slabs, and then a lectern. Boom. Now we can actually start working on villager stuff. Probably want to do it before, after the sun sets, though. Because, yeah. But, yeah, that was our crew. And there was another person who would arrive later. The camp director. But I feel like for the storytelling's sake, you have to wait till I actually get to meet him. So that was our crew. But the girl who was 15, which, wow, I actually worked with a lot of 15-year-olds, I don't think about. She was only there in the mornings and afternoons and on days that we really needed her. Yeah. So, me coming to this camp was for the first time. All the other camps I got sent to was bullshit. Like, the sports camp, while was my favorite place I ever got sent to, I did not need to be sent. They did not need me there. This one was the first time they actually needed me. Because for certain times, if I was not there, that camp could not have run because they didn't have enough people. So they needed me there. Like, me being there, I saved that place from being shut down. Like, I heard stories from like some of my bosses. They're like, oh yeah, if a certain amount of counselors were like sick, we just have to shut down like the camp for like a day or even longer. Because like if we can't run it, then like we can't run it. And I was like, oof. But, damn, fucking scary ass fox shriek, baby. Well, this is what I get for keeping foxes around my base. That's what I get for living in a taiga. I almost said mega taiga for a second. But, anyways, I need to get a screenshot of that, sorry. That was our crew. And they needed me. So, now I'm going to talk about the kids. I did talk about one kid named Alex, right? Yeah. There were other kids, obviously, a lot of other kids. And since this place ran into like 2-week sessions, there were like 4 different sessions overall, and this is the final session. And apparently we got the session, I came in on the session with the least amount of kids, but there's still a decent amount of kids. And so they originally planned for me and my other counselor, who I'll just reveal his name. His name was Jacob. The one who I went to high school with and had chemistry with. It was chemistry honors back sophomore year, which this channel was actually running back then. Let's see if you have any. Is that creeper? Oh, it's just a fucking farmer. Good. Shit. So yeah, we're just gonna do the good old-fashioned lectern spam till we get good books. Let's change how it works, cause Daniel's gonna be giving books. There we go. They get books. We just got unlucky first too. Stand back a bit more. Nope. So we just do to a point to where we get a good trade, then we just lock it. Like right now I'm kind of after unbreaking, mending, that stuff. Depth Strider 3 isn't what I'm after, although that's decent, you know. So I don't hate it. Feather Falling 3, that's also somewhat decent. Actually, that's because I'm pretty sure it's Feather Falling 4. Luck of the C3, that's okay if you're a fisher. Sheesh. But yeah, I gotta meet some of the kids, and Depth Strider 3, that's actually decent. Again. And yeah, there were. I guess I'll have to give a disposition. So obviously I worked here for 2 weeks, and there were more kids who came the second week, and I don't think anyone left after the first week. So the second week was more like more kids overall. There were like 2 more kids who showed up, but there were a lot of older kids at this place because this nature camp actually has like 3 or 4 different wings they have. So they do it by age, and I got assigned. It's like all over the town, pretty much. I got assigned to the one that was the older kids, the oldest kids. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot if I pause. Someone's watching the stream actually. Nice. This is just villagers for you. I don't usually do villagers, so this is actually like unique for Sarfnic. I guess my boy Snips kind of taught me a little bit. Actually, you guys probably won't know who Snips is on the main channel. He might appear in a video that's coming out soon, though. That's all the clue I'm giving. Regarding that, get this shield off too. But there were a lot of older kids, which some people say older kids are better because they're more behaved. I personally disagree. So I guess it's kind of funny actually because I worked with the young kids at the previous sports camp. I worked with, like 7-year-olds and shit, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, and so here now I was working with the 10 and 11-year-olds. Some of them were about to start middle school. Like, they're not young at all. So, yeah, I'll admit they weren't as fun. I'd say the younger the better. But also it's more chaotic too. But I'm like equipped to deal with chaotic kids. Other people really aren't. So. Yeah, we aren't getting like any of the stuff I'm after. We're just getting shitty trades. Yeah, we just risking stuff. Maybe you will have a better luck. What is this crap enchantments? I mean, the Depth Strider was okay, but it's like I'm looking for like stuff that will help me like out. Like I'm breaking 3, efficiency 4. Like that's what I'm after. Fucker. You fucks. It's an alternate at this point. Whoever gives me the first. Nope. That's trash. Do I want it? Do I want it? That's debatable. No. It's not what I'm after still. I still need like I'm breaking 3. That's decent. That's not bad though. That's a good trade. Soak Touch is not bad. Soak Touch has no levels though. Dude, you're just giving me shit at this point. Yeah, I'm totally gonna accept that one, buddy. Actually, I should probably not place like that because you can fuck me over. No, because I can just lock it and then they don't care if you break it. Nah, yeah. Yeah, I'm totally buying that for 28 emeralds. Fuck that. It's literally a book that has a negative fucking effect. No, not bad. Restoration 3 is not bad, but I'm still not buying it. Type 2, no. I hope whenever one I do gets the paper trade though, because that's when I can lock in faster. Yeah, it's not ass, but like no. I realize me doing this is like even too much for me to like tell the story at the same time. So let's tell the story. So yeah, there were a couple kids who were there. Most of them I liked, though. Most of them were chill. There were a lot of older group of boys. Like, there were just a bunch of these boys, you know, the type of boys who are like into like I don't know, like Terraria and shit. Those types of boys that were there. And I'm not really gonna name them, but like there was this there was like this like group of 3 boys. Oh yeah, totally. No, no, fuck you. So like this one like little like kind of like short kid, but like he had like a very nerdy voice, funny kid. And then there was this one other dude. He was this kid that was like super chill actually. He definitely had like minor like speech impediment though, because like he could always stutter while speaking. But he was super cool dude though. And like he was really old. Like he was probably the oldest kid we had, at least like maturity wise. Like him and I would like talk at the same level. Like I didn't even talk to him like as if, like when I was like 7-year-olds, they would look up to me and talk to me like I'm a higher level. But this kid would like not talk to me like a higher level. Like he was this very nerdy, fun kid. His name was Sam. Actually, I'll just say because I need to give identities to these people. And then there was a third one. This kid named like Ian. There's nothing very notable about him at first. Okay. Yep. And it's a paper trade. All right, we're locking that in. I'm unlocking it and breaking 3. I just need to run quickly, grab the sugar cane really fast. So I got the paper. Come on, come on, come on. Look at my sugar cane though. It was 24, right? Yeah, it's about 24. So let's grab like 30. Let's go. Yeah, this kid named Ian, and then I'll just say their names. This is so much easier for me to tell the story if I say some names. And finally, this kid named Henry was the little short blonde kid I always mentioned. So that was their crew. There might have actually been another person in the crew. Oh yeah, there was. Okay, there was this kid. We had a kid who was trans, but I don't really give a shit. They were a super nice kid named I don't know how to say her name to be honest. We had this one kid who was trans, okay? And they oh, it's you. Huh. Weird. By the way, your trade's locked. I officially have an unbreaking villager now. His prices are expensive, but I can get them lower pretty fast. How, you may ask? Well, you shall see if you pay attention longer. I don't know. I do want to actually get another lectern going, so I'm going to have 2 of these guys, though, so yeah. I also want to fortify this up real fast. Yeah, let's work on fortifying this up. What enchantment's on here? It's a really ass thing. Just don't want to mess with the stick because, yeah. What mode are we in? Normal mode. I'm keeping the difficulty on normal mode until I actually feel like I want to up it to like a higher mode. But yeah, those 4 were kind of like a quad group of kids. And there was my boy, I mentioned him earlier, named Alex. He only like just met this kid, I think. But there's this. We had triplets. Okay, these 3 were quite the deal. It's 2 girls and a boy. Okay, yeah, these kids are quite the deal. Triplets, you gotta give them attention. Okay, man. Triplets, they're a lot. So it was this one little boy named Teddy, or whatever. He'd been coming to this camp for years, apparently. He might even be there next year. Probably will be there next year, actually. Will I see him, though? Hopefully not, because I'm hopefully not going to be there. But, yeah, he was a chill kid. Yeah, his siblings were the menaces, though. He had one sister who was just like, you know, just like your average little kid who likes to fuck around, like, definitely dirty. And then he had another sister who was the one who, like, had big issues. And she had, like, the care for it. But what's weird is for the first 2 days, she never had any, like, outrages or anything. So I think there was I mentioned how I had this one kid at my main camp who was crazy. Or not crazy, sorry, like, who had issues. She was, like, the sequel to him, pretty much. She was, like, the sequel to that kid, okay? They're very similar. In fact, they probably should have met. They never met, but they got close to meeting, which I'll get into, okay? I'll get into later. Screenshot this too. I'm gonna replant this tree somewhere, maybe. I don't know. I want to light more shit up, because, well, mobs are gonna spawn like right here next to where my villagers are. I don't want that happening, you know? That's why I blocked up these corners, just in case they can't hit from the corners. Never been sure if they can or cannot. Let's sleep, though. But, anyways, yeah, they're crazy kids, and on the second day we had an issue with them, I think, but I'll get into that later. Then there was this. Every camp has a favorite kid, okay? Every camp. Oh my god, camp sounds so weird because I always hate the way we pronounce camp as Americans, but now my nose like still kind of stuffed up a tiny bit. It sounds even worse, dude. Anyhow, there was this kid who identified as non-binary, but really good kid. All for them is just them then. Okay, this person's just texting bullshit. I don't even know. Really, really, very fun kid though, and I can't believe someone's actually watching the stream. I guess some people just like Minecraft. I've always considered doing the 100 Days of Minecraft challenge one of these days. By the way, I just need storage for it. Like, it takes a lot of recording to do 100 days, you know. I'll just like start a hardcore world or something for it. It'd be super sick. But, anyways, so yeah, this kid was. It was actually their first time here. Like they were only here for the 2 weeks. And they were like originally a girl, so like they looked like a girl, but they identify as like they them. So I'm not gonna disrespect that. This kid also had one of the most sick names ever. Okay, yo, do you know many people with the name Spencer? Like, no. Okay, actually, I feel wrong telling the names of these kids, dude. But yeah, if my boss ever sees this, I'd get like fired on the spot or not rehired on the spot. Like that. Yeah. But, you know, good kid. And very kind of like the one from the last camp, the one who I didn't even give away that kid's name actually. But if you actually want to know that kid's name, psst, the next video I'm going to upload on my second channel actually reveals that kid's name, okay? That's a secret. So if you want to watch that, the one I haven't uploaded yet, but it might be uploaded today or tomorrow. Not the Death Run one, okay? Not the Death Run one. The shooting one. That one. If you pay attention to that video, it reveals the kid's name. And it's not because I mentioned it because like I run someone in game who has the name, and like I keep dealing with that person. Oh, my friend texted me. Yeah, they wants to know when I'm leaving for college. On the 16th, I'm going back to college, dude. Last year was 17th, but the dates are off. Kind of like, it's always by week, the day of the week, not by the date. So like, I kind of came back earlier this year, so leaving earlier is fine because I'll probably come back for summer earlier too. Anyways, back into it. Very fun kid, just like the one from the other camp. But she was like 11 or 10, actually. I don't know her age, or their age, sorry. It was like probably about 10 years old, I think. Very short kid though for their age. They could easily pass like an 8-year-old, but they were 10 or 11, obviously. Or as I mentioned, not obviously. I say obviously a lot of times. I get some really sick screenshots, by the way, but I don't want that to keep appearing in chat. So I need to stop taking screenshots. That's what it is. Anyways, let's murder more cows. And since you're just a random cow walking around and I have cows in a pen, I'll just murder you. Sorry, buddy. Sometimes they don't drop leather, but what can you do? What can you do? But super fun kid, dude. And they had just come from the, you know, the very famous camp that I didn't really get to work at, except for like half a day I worked at the morning version of it, is this camp that where you go out on the boat and stuff. It's like the lakefront camp. It is so popular. Like my friend who just texted me, who I was just at his house last night, he went there as a kid, and him and I were talking about this a lot. Actually, we're trying to get into that because I think that happened this week, actually. The week I'm on now. Where I hung out with him. And also I think that girl that I got along with pretty well from the last one, I think she was sent to this one. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a status update on that one day. But yeah, and so this kid would always talk about it with me because like I was like, oh yeah, I know the people there. I knew the people who worked there. I knew a lot of them who worked there, and stuff. And so, yeah, this kid really enjoyed that place, and I even talked to some of the people who worked there too, and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, the kids love this place." Because some of the people that worked there were like from my high school and shit. Obviously, I spent a half day around there, so uh, I got to like meet some of them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember you, man." Like, they came up to me, bro. Yeah, there we go. Let's make another lectern, baby. And so, yeah, it was just a lot of people, a lot of talk with this kid, and apparently it was very funny. You get to take a boat out every day, and they go diving by like there's a shipwreck near where we live in our lake by Lake Michigan. So sounds really awesome, honestly. I'm like, yeah, I would love to have done that as a kid. Would love to have done that as a kid. Where's my lectern? I can't craft it yet. Oh, because I haven't made the books yet, have I? No, I've made the books. Oh, I've made the bookshelf yet. That explains it. Yeah, I've made the bookshelf yet. There we go. See if we can get another good roll. Get mending or efficiency 5. One of the two will work. Whichever one comes first, really. Watch this guy's trades be reset. I'm just like punching air. I swear to God, dude. That took me for a zombie broken. Oh yeah, speaking of zombies, we should probably switch to hard mode actually, because hard mode's the only one where you can actually get a guaranteed zombie trading or villager are better in hard mode than they are in different modes, because in hard mode it's the only one where if a zombie kills them they're guaranteed to respawn as a zombie. Otherwise they might just die and not come back. But yeah, his trades are locked in, so he's not losing them anytime soon. Multi-shot again? Loyalty 3, that's good for tridents, but do I look like I have a forking trident? No. Smite 2, useless. I mean, it's good for mob farms, but Sharpness is just better because this is universal. It's like I used to like enjoy projectile protection and fire protection, but then I realized protection's just better because, well, it's for everything. Quick charge is good for a crossbow. Look at T. Am I a sailor or sailor? Am I a sailor? No. That's okay. Like, that's not trash. That's actually good for, like, if you, once you're, like, wrapping up a pair of boots that you want feather falling for. That's right, you know. But, yeah, there were so many other kids. So there were these two older girls who were, yeah, they were definitely 11. Actually, one of them didn't arrive for a couple days, so we won't even talk about that kid, actually. But there was this older girl who was really into Stranger Things. And the kid one time came up to me, hello. It's okay, you're just studying. I get it. Yeah, I'll actually make a trade for you. See, he made money in the end. He's happy. But there's this older girl who really was into Stranger Things. You know, this is the summer Stranger Things season 4 came out. Pretty good season from when I watched it. And one time the kid came up to me and said, "You are like Papa." This girl. And the kid probably didn't think I knew what they were saying, but I knew exactly what that reference was. You are like Papa. I was like, oh, yeah. Actually, I don't remember what I said back, but it was something Stranger Things related, like, Papa, oh yeah, that guy is an a-hole. Or like, oh yeah, I know Stranger Things jokes. Don't mess with me, kids. I know everything, okay? Maybe. How long? Okay, this would be okay if I was a loser. If I ever wanted, like, bow protection armor. Okay, that's just a way worse version of what you just gave me. What is this YouTube notification at? Ooh. Yep, that's it. Only issue is the trade back for it. It's kind of hard for me to do. Efficiency 4. We definitely want that. Wait, no, sorry. Efficiency 5 is the max, dude. Oh, in that case, you can fuck off, dude. They're like, because sometimes the max is 4, sometimes the max is 5. Okay, depth strider 3 is not bad, dude, but not for me right now. I'm not even after the prices right now. I don't really give a shit if they have cheap or expensive. This guy's trade wasn't exactly cheap. Frostwater, you know it's crap. I'm not dreaming Manhunt, dude. I need that. Ah, yes. What a W trade. 34 emeralds. Yes, I'll totally take Curse of Bind. Well, actually, it's kind of funny if you're trying to prank a friend. Dude, no. I'm using a lot of axe durability. That's not, I think about it. You gotta be kidding me. That's so much cheaper. Like, I'd almost say, I almost say I accept this. But this guy is already locked in. I don't have the 9 emeralds though. I'll just keep going. Right, too deep in. Plus, emeralds are useless to me once I pretty much get an infinite emerald loop. Kind of like green, you know. Get my free emerald beacon. Okay. But I keep digressing from the story. Okay. Sarfnic keeps digressing from the story. Not bad for infinity, but still going efficiency. Or mending. So there were more kids too. There were more kids. There's this one Asian kid who took things way too. He was Asian, okay, but he took things way too seriously. So the number one game that we would play at this camp, dude, was up and down tag. It's a really fun game. I actually learned it from this place, and I've used it since. On New Year's Eve, I taught a bunch of kids how to play up and down tag, and it was chaos in the household. Yes, this New Year's Eve. Kids love this game, dude. It works better outside though, but it is very tiring though, so you need to take breaks from it. Smite 4 isn't bad for mob grinding. Sweeping Edge 3 is bad. I used to think Sweeping Edge is worth it, but actually I've realized recently it's not worth it. Because it's just better to target a specific thing. Unless you're mob grinding. Then Sweeping Edge is worth it. Again, Efficiency 5 is just better. No. It's like rolling mythics and Windcraft, dude. Eventually you're going to get what you want, but it depends how long. But, yeah, we play up and down tag a lot. A lot. And for some reason I always team up with that kid, Alex and Ted. Those two became buddies. And I would team up with them so much, dude. And I felt bad because my friend Spencer would want me to team up with them. And at times I even backstab them. Just team up with those boys. But yeah, people would form alliances in up and down tag, and it was menacing, okay? Sharpness 4. No, now I'm going to sharpness 5. Why would I do that? Bleh. I guess this was more expensive, but at least I was able to lock it in easy. Yeah. But there were more kids. I'm trying to put my head around. Some people were saying though that I arrived when there were so little kids, dude. Like there was not that many kids. I think I've already covered most of them. So if I remember more, I'll remember more, I guess. But that was most of them, dude. That was most of them kids, dude. Definitely the weirdest group of kids I've ever had to deal with. We're so touched. Dope. Not dope enough though. Fortune 3 I might even take the deal of, because I do want Fortune 3. I was going to say Speak of the Devil, but nope, didn't happen. Yeah. At least those are 5 emeralds that are cheap. You know, they'd be charging like 45, like Mans with the 45 here. It'd be different, but very, very, very... Now I can get into the specifications of this week. So this first week was like, yeah, nothing's happening this week. Week 7, nothing was happening. But week 8, we had multiple field trips planned, and it was going to be dope. And I remember being like, oh, I can't wait, dude. I literally cannot wait, brah. But this week had some moments. First day was super chill. The first day was super chill, and we're coming back from work. And actually, I decided to pass because I'm right by where my old camp was. I decided to pass by there, and I said hi to some of the people there outside, including. You remember how I mentioned there's like that kid who had a lot of problems. It was very nice reuniting with him. He was like, "Oh hi, my name." He remembered my name. I was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And it was like, "Oh, cute, right?" Yeah. I said, most days I'm gonna walk back this way because I get to see my old place. Plus, it's on the way to my house anyways. So yeah. Oh, that iron golem sounded a little weird for a second. I thought I was a little murdered. Dude, we've been doing this forever. I'm not getting like efficiency or fortune, which is I did get efficiency. Sorry, I'm not getting fortune or mending. That's what I'm after. I remember that first day just being like so happy. I'm like, I came home from work. I'm like, dude, this is gonna be such a fun time. And so we were by the beach. I forgot to mention we were by the beach, and by the beach you gotta be careful of weirdos, dude. There's the beach had some of the most weird people I've ever seen, dude, while working the job. It's not isolated at all. Most camps are isolated. Some camps are like partially isolated. Not this place. Prop 4 might be decent, actually. Sure, I'll lock it in. His trades might reset though, so if we're not fast enough, then whatever. We just keep rolling. Oh, I think no. Once it's night, he doesn't allow new trades, but his trades might reset in the morning. So yeah. But we did a lot of fun things here at this nature place for the first couple days, first 2 days. The second day, we had an issue. So this place was like the only one that was partially educational. Like most camps are not educational. Like they'll have you do art stuff, but you aren't like supposed to learn anything out of it. But this one they're like, we're gonna teach you guys about some stuff like nature related, like Detroit, and they had like lesson plans for it, but they're really bad. So most of us counselors like we tried to follow them, but we also tried to like improvise. They don't pay us enough for this stuff, but yeah, so we tried to divide it into two groups because that's usually what they would do because there were so many kids. So I was actually going to be the leader of one group, and then the other dude was going to be the leader of another group. But we really didn't follow it because there wasn't enough kids. Nice job killing that spider and zombie. Didn't even know they were there. That's how hard you took them out. Okay, we've locked in. They're both pretty expensive, but we'll lower those prices later. I'm gonna find a way to funnel a zombie in here, so once the time comes, of course. Actually, you're pretty good. Here, how about you get in a boat? The only issue is that Golem's gonna want you. So how about we detain the Golem temporarily? No! Okay. He was still able to hit that guy over there. Temporarily detain the Golem, yes. Also, I realize the sun's rising. I don't want your helmet to break or anything. We'll wait till night again. Oh, I gotta make sure this guy doesn't despawn too. Do you accept stuff? How do you like flint and steel? How do you like wheat seeds? Yeah, shoot, this guy's gonna despawn if I'm not careful. How do you like diamond swords? Dude, I'm giving you a fucking diamond sword. Take it. Whatever, he doesn't want it. I'll have to do this the hard way with name tags. This might be a chance just because he's in a boat. Won't pick up my stuff. Okay. Well, I don't think this is gonna work out. The zombie. I can't name tag him, he's gonna die. Like soon, he's gonna die fast. We'll check if he's still here. Let's see if he's still here when I get back. If not, then we'll just get a new one tomorrow. Not gonna be that hard. The armor would be nice, but the thing is, yeah, he doesn't drop any. He doesn't pick up anything. Pretty useless. That being said, though, I might have a name tag sitting around somewhere. We do not have a name tag. We do not have a name tag sitting around somewhere. So yeah, that guy's fucked anyways. He will be gone when I get back anyways. He's not gonna be there. Hats off to pay respect. That being said, though, the golem is still being detained. But yeah, so the week began. We had really one incident that was pretty messy, actually, and it wasn't between the kids who had issues. So, well, I mean, well, it was between the kids who were related to kids who had issues. So the triplets, the boy and the girl who didn't have any issues, they had like a fight, like a fucked up fight. I was actually the one to witness it because we were in our groups, quote unquote. But I think we swapped. So like for some reason they had me with the other kids because the other kids were getting a lesson. Yeah, remember how I mentioned like lessons earlier? They're getting a little lesson on nature and all that stuff. And so I was there, and we were doing like little drawings where everyone draws like a superhero, pretty much, but like a nature superhero. It's actually kind of funny now I think about it. And let's just say our little friend Teddy had drawn something pretty not bad, and he wanted to show everyone it. And like we were doing like presentations where they're showing all their like little drawings, and the other kids I had in this group were like, I think that older kid I mentioned named Sam, legendary boy. But pretty much it became it was his turn, and his sister just wasn't listening. Like, I mean, they were drawing, and he was like, "Hey, can you get her to listen, please?" I was like, "Hey, you want to listen?" And she was like, "Nah," not responding to this dude at all, and not responding to me. And our efforts were futile. We could not get this kid to fucking listen. I forgot to mention, so where we were, it was by the beach, but we had like two little cabins that we would work at. Two little nice cabins, you know? Sweet little cabins. Whoever was watching the stream left now. Whoa. I wonder who that person was. They were watching for like 40 minutes, dude. Holy shit. Like 35 minutes, it says. Man's heard this whole story, took notes, and left. But sorry, just thinking, I don't know. It got pretty bad because then we had to get the other counselors involved, like, because this kid was like having a breakdown, like crying and everything, just because his sister wouldn't listen to this presentation. And I'd experienced this before, where like kids just like don't react. It's super funny, honestly. Like at the other place I worked at, with this redheaded girl who I also just said had a big nose. I remember there was a time where she was like ignoring me and one of the other kids because I think we pissed her off somehow. I don't even know how we did, but we did somehow. I don't even remember how we did. Oh, So everyone, so like about a month ago when break started, me and my family were at McDonald's and Burger King. We got our brother food, and now he's paying back he's paying us back for that. If you get what I'm saying, he's getting us food from McDonald's now. So yeah, that's why it took me a little while. That's why I had to mute up for a second. I had to make my order. It's the usual I've been getting for the past couple years. Quarter pounder with cheese is a W, dude. Sounds better than the hamburgers. It's weird, I'm not the type of person to eat a lot, but even the hamburgers are kind of too small for me. Like, quarter pounder is what I like. I want something that I want. I want something I tell myself I need. But yeah, so this boy had a breakdown, and then his sister wouldn't apologize, and so they didn't let her play one of the games. We were playing up and down, they didn't let her play. And so she had a breakdown. And it got to the point where, like, one of the counts was, like, holding her down, dude, while she had, like, a fit. But then it was, like, fine after that. I was like, holy fuck, what have I walked into? But then it was fine. And, yeah, the kids were usually fun. There's this one girl. Oh, yeah, there's one girl I forgot to mention. Her name, I don't want to say, she was really annoying. Like, she kind of reminded me of one of the kids I had at the other camp, but she was just really annoying for some reason. And I always, like, annoy other kids. I was like, ugh, can't want to deal with this kid. But, yeah, so I almost forgot to mention with that kid. So that's probably one of the kids I was missing. But the other kids I was missing, I don't remember. But we had a very fun week that week, you know. I remember, so we'd go to the park every day for lunch. And we'd, like, swap out, because, like, two counselors would take lunch break first, and two counselors would take lunch break second. And I'd usually take lunch break first. But I started taking lunch break second near the end because some people were like, really hungry and like, hey, can you do it? And I was like, yeah, I got you, bruh. I got you, bruh. Counselors help counselors. Actually, I heard a story from one of my friends, one of my college friends, who I only met this semester, actually, so I only met him in, like, August. He was a counselor, like, many years ago, so, like, when he was, like, 14 years old. And he was telling, and, of course, all the other camps that I never got to work at, they gotta go, like, water park and stuff. He said one time he was like looking at hot girls at the water park, and he got a fucking erection. And it was time just looking for hot girls at the water park, at the pool or whatever. And then it was time to go back to the locker room. And he's like, hell nah, I ain't going to the locker room with a fucking erection, with kids with a fucking erection. So he asked like another counselor to do it for him. He's like, can you do me a salad, bro? Can you cover for me? And the guy was like, of course, of course. That's a really funny story that definitely someone didn't want any other people to know, but I told on his behalf anyways. If Hoswin's watching the stream, which he never watched the stream, so, or he never watches him live, so he actually knows who this person is. I'm not gonna specify who though, but this person did tell his story, and it was very fucking funny. Okay. Anyhow. Lost my train of thought, as always, when I'm telling fucking stories. Alright, we're waiting for nighttime to get zombie, okay? I wonder what if I just... Funny, it makes it leap. Leap! I don't blame it. I do not blame it. But... yeah, we'd always work at this... we'd always be at this park for lunch. And this was the very same park we actually went to the previous Friday when I was working for the sports camp, because we need to go there because the beach wasn't open yet. And we go there every day. I thought it was funny. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pushing these kids on the same swing I pushed those kids on. It's funny. So these kids theoretically existed. This camp existed back then, but we never saw them because they were always like at their area, I guess, whenever we went to the beach. Because remember, all camps went to this beach pretty much. Just the sports camp and the one I worked at for like multiple weeks, the main one, they'd go here. The other ones had different beaches to go to. So yeah. And this one, obviously, this nature would go to this beach. In fact, all the nature ones went to this beach for some reason too. The younger groups too. So there are younger groups, but they only opt. But actually, I'll get into that when it gets relevant. So the start week is pretty funny. The one girl who had issues, I'd never seen her had an outbreak until like the third day, but then she would have like an outbreak every day. Outbreak, that sounds weird. More like a fit? I don't know. I used the word earlier. And the first time I ever saw a sign of it happening, I think I actually talked about this because I did the Among Us stream this day. I remember talking about it in the Among Us stream. But, like, one of the older kids that, like, usually she doesn't interact with just said something mean to her for no reason. And she's like, "You don't want to see me when I'm angry. You don't want to be in a room with me when I'm angry." And I thought that was so fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh, you go get him. And of course the aide, the transgender person who like I'd gone to high school with and middle school with was like, hey, calm down, honey, okay? It was like so funny though. I was like, bruh, keck. Anyways, monsters spawn in the night. Spawn, I wanna eat you. No, I just need to find some zombies quickly. There we go. Here's a zombie. Hey, can you pick up stuff? Because if you can't pick up stuff, I'm just gonna kill you. Okay, you're good. You passed the test, buddy. You were about to fail the test. I was literally about to take him out. However, I do need to take out mobs that will get in the way. Okay, I got double back. Oh my god. I might die to this guy if I'm not careful. I don't even have a helmet anymore. I want something that I want. Something that I tell myself I need. Something that I want. Actually, I realized I was thinking originally I could use like a boat to get him in, but I actually kind of realized that's going to be problematic. So how their AI pathing works is a bit confusing, but... Oh thank god, I almost gave him away up. Maybe? I might have given him away up. So this guy won't despawn because he's holding an item. Won't despawn as long as he holds the item. Now we're gonna buff him up with some armor. At my disposal actually with that one. Turn like all this into wood, dude. So I have my nice little zombie control room here. Okay, we've chopped down this tree. But it was a fun week. And well, actually, on the second day, so after that Tuesday, I got to go back to my original camp for like a split secchi because they needed me to come back so they could do like a usually on the week 6 is where they do like counselor review or whatever. Where they just check if you're eligible for like re-hire. They give you your ratings. It's like, you know, every movie's got to have a rating, right? They tell you what you did bad, they tell you what you did good. And they evaluate whether or not you're actually like someone they want to hire again. And so yeah, I got to go back there for a day to say hi to some of the old staff members. Some of them were like, there was this one girl who I mentioned, she got like switched to like a different camp for like, right before I got switched to a different camp. She got switched to like the one I was for like half a day. They switched her back, and I was like, bruh, you're so lucky. Like, you're actually lucky, though. Like, you are blessed, honey. Okay. Now we're gonna have him kill you in the future, not now. Because, well, now, does it look like I have the shit to do this? Hmm? Does it look like I have a weakness potion on me? No! It's my little zombie holding facility here. So this guy, his name will be Zombert, is held. Kind of like Hubert. Instead of Hubert, Zombert. Crazy dude, right? Look at him. Holding his pine tree. I think he's quite beautiful. Again, guys, it's my first time doing all this stuff, so I'm pretty proud of it. So you won't be saying, oh, you're so bad at the lizard stuff, but yeah, it's my first time, bruh. Okay. You can be open. So now we just need to get a weakness pot, which I don't remember how to do that shit. I think I need to fucking find an igloo or some crap just so I can have the resources for it. I'd much rather do it that way than, you know, how the game wants me to. Like, find blaze rod? No, I'm good. The voice change. I know it's for a joke, but still. What do you use to make a weakness pot again? I don't know. I guess we'll just find an igloo. That's my next task. Just head out on a journey and find an igloo. I'm actually serious, by the way. That's all I'm gonna do. Oh. Ooh, we also need to get a new set of armor, which is gonna suck, but whatever, marks suck. This wheat is mostly bread. Yeah, the raw flesh is mostly trash. String is mostly trash. I'm thinking we go on the journeys now, boys. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Maybe I should pee first. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna end this fast now. Don't plan on being out there that long, boys. Don't worry. Or girls, if you do that too. I will see if I can get a horse though, so. I'm gonna waste some inventory space on that. I already have a stack in there. We should probably put the rest over here in our farm chest. Hello, I'm back. Yes, Sarfvic has returned. Yeah, nice way. Let's go. Hey, let's go on an adventure. Let's find the ice biome. This way. This way we head. Like a loaf of old bread. Make sure the world is saved. Yeah, let's just relog just to make sure the world's safe. So I don't want to lose this progress, okay? No way. Actually, but I should probably use the bathroom just so I can get... This is the second part of the stream, okay? The stream's only halfway done. I've never heard this Minecraft music before. Actually, I may have heard it once time. It's good, though, isn't it? I hope it continues on when we join the world. No, it does not. Yes, I am playing 1.9.2, 1.19.2 because I don't want to, like, download new mods or anything. But let's keep talking. So I gotta go back, and I gotta meet my old boss again. And it was like, oh, hi again. Anyways, I passed, eligible for rehire. In about a month, I'm gonna try to hit him up and see if I can get that job again, bruh. If they ever saw this video, they'd be like, yeah, I know it's not happening. I mean, well, I didn't do the job wrong. I guess I talk about it on a Minecraft live stream. Like, isn't that fucking normal? There were kids who played Minecraft, but I think I probably already mentioned that. Anyway, so yeah, I gotta go back. Next day was Wednesday. I don't really remember much of that exact specific day. Ooh, a village. I think I've actually known this village's existence. I think it's already been previously loaded in. Ooh, a horse. Now that was what I was after. Why do you think I brought my... I think I brought my saddle and diamond horse armor. I'm looking for one I could keep on permanently. But the difference is now all these ones are here, so now I gotta test which one's fastest and best. So yeah. So why do you think I didn't turn all my wheat? Jump's alright. Speed's not that notable. Next. Next in line is this guy. Okay. It's per usual, a little bit feisty, but what can you do? You're taming a horse. Jockey. The hell's okay. Dude, just fucking accept it. I'm gonna be your daddy. Okay, I think he accepted it. Compared to this one's slightly better. Speed ain't bad too. Okay, now finally you. Going out the white spots. I'll make sure to keep an eye on you though, because you're better than the other one. Actually, I can just tell off the health. As long as I have multiple sounds like this. Shit health. Speed's decent. But the health is just like a deal breaker. Okay. Then we go over here and we try out these guys. Horses are added in 1.6. I remember when they first added, there were some very interesting features with them. It's a tiny village right there. Holy crap. Oh no. Sorry, horsey. Guess I go here if I ever need more villagers. Health is shit on this guy. Speed is decent, jump is shit. Okay, whatever. Next! How about you, buddy, with the white spots? Very notable horse. But eventually this girl arrived, this new girl. I think she only wasn't there for the first couple days. She was a fun one, I'll tell you that. She was a fun one, this girl. She was like, I think she was 11, so we're not gonna see her next year because I remember the dude saying that she was here the previous year. And I'm like, oh yeah, so people can only go for this camp for max 2 years, so yeah. But into reading, very, 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 very funny kid. A lot of these kids had like old white parents, and then this girl was one of them, 100%. And so she'd always be reading. Oh my god, the jump is good, but the speed is just... I can't tell if this is slow or not. Yeah, it's slightly slow, I think, because if I ride this guy... Wait, no, you're actually better than this guy. Okay, the health's decent. Yeah, I should have tabbed out because then it's some pause. So right now this white one with the spots is our keeper. Sorry, buddy. Because he's just got better jump. I don't really care about his health. Health is not like a real big thing to my horse picking. Okay. This guy is not like a feisty. Fastest one. Does he have the health boost though? Okay, yeah, this one's the best. I'll just take this one. Wait, wrong one. Whoa. Or no, yeah, no, that guy was tamed. We'll grab some hay bales later. We don't need the hay bales. Kind of feel bad ravaging villages of their hay bales, anyways. But yeah, she's always reading. And so one day, I came up with this like weird gag. I'd always like come to her when she's reading and start like reading the book out loud. Like she'd be on a page and I'd be like, Jonathan, and she just goes like, oh, he's screaming like, no! And it's so funny. But one day I came up with an even smarter plan to get around it. This is, me being me, average counselor troll. And so one day, and she was friends with that girl who was into Stranger Things. They always talk about that. I swear I heard them talking about Tommy in it one time, but I have no idea. And so one day, I took a photo of the book from behind her back. And so even when she closed the book, when I started reading it, it would still, I could still continue. It was actually really funny. I'd probably delete that. I think I'd delete that photo though. It'd be so cool to have that photo though, because that's just a funny photo, the memory, But me stupid. If it's definitely gone. But it was a very fun week. And so my friend one day invited me to go play golf with him one of these days. I think it was on the Wednesday night. And so I showed up with him, played some golf with him, The guy, yes, the guy who I was hanging out with, like last night, probably will hang out with very shortly. Where'd the horse go? No way, it was in the lava. The horse just vanished. Oh, he's went up the hill or a mountain. Are you trying to tell me something, bruh? Like where I should go next? Are ya? Listen, that's the case. That's some good information to know. Flint steel. I was gonna say, the flint steel doesn't really look like the flint looks different now. Yeah, the flint looks way different now. Steel always looked kind of weird, but yeah, steel looks way different. Let's go this way. Well, maybe that's a bad idea. I was lucky my horse didn't get hit there. I forgot I have the biome stuff disabled. Yeah, it's okay, but I feel like it's pointless. I used to be like, oh, I want to do this without coordinates, but now I'm like, I don't give a shit. It actually makes it way more fun to play with maps and stuff. Let's ride. Do 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 on an adventure. Hitting the high road. I'm taking the high road. Finally awake and I'm taking the high road. The increased random distance for single player worlds makes it so much better to see shit. Village south. Let's go. Traveling through wooded areas, the horses are so hard. Can't wait for the camels to be added, dude. I actually got to ride a camel twice in Dubai. On 2 different occasions. Holy you, it's a white horse. Yeah, you know what? White horses do look way better with diamond armor, but I don't really give a shit. There's skeletons around. It's night. Fuck it. I'm just gonna keep going. Whoa, I've never seen a boat or a village with that big a dock before. This village looks weird. It's weird generated. Weirdly generated. And there's this huge dock that's generated. Might be solid too. No, it's not solid. This village almost looks griefed. The Poppy from Poppy Playtime. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my god. Actually, this is kind of a sick village. Holy shit. It's like underground partially. That's actually seriously sick. One of the weirdest villages I've ever found in Minecraft. I've been playing for so many years. Oh, that's super sick. Look at the top, dude. Like, eventually this grass will grow out, but still. Ooh, and a meadow, too. Let's go to the meadow. Let's go. No, that sounds horrible, sorry. Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting. This is where you probably find a fucking underground, deep dark, yeah. Probably gonna do a deep dark exploration tomorrow on my second channel on the Artoris server that I'm playing on Slams. Wee oh, what? Yeah, I knew it wasn't take fall damage from that one. This boy jumps pretty high. Another god apple, please. Oh, I did have leads on me. I actually have a good brought a lead so I can actually bring this horse across. Because now this is the hard part. I gotta like drag it. But I keep forgetting to tell a story. So one day I went mini golfing with my friend. Obviously this is more than talking about my summer job. It's also telling the story of my summer. So like, it was really fun. We got to reunite, and that's when I first found out that he actually went to that beach camp. Not the beach camp. Sorry, the water camp. And he was like, yeah, we had a good time. And he's a hard person to crack. He's very quiet and has issues. So when you get him to like be interested in something, it's actually really achievement. Dude, what the fuck? Why can't I get this luck on a hearth, man? Like what? First off, new boots. Let's go. Bye old ones. Why can't I get this luck on hearth, dude? This pickaxe will run out fast, but I think it's gonna be funny. It breaks things so fast. Should get a screenshot of that. This gold breaks stuff pretty fast, but also conveniently breaks pretty fast. Breaks, but breaks fast. Ooh, I've been looking for a sheep like you. I don't know. I need to make carpet, so yeah, I'll get a different sheep later. Yeah, get away, creeper. Oh man, we're discovering nice biomes. Dope. So we back in the mine. Got a pickaxe swinging from side to side, side to side. Finally get away from that bitch. Sorry he abused you, buddy. Sorry he abused you. Oh. Oh, this... I want the sunflower. I can breed it and have an infinite yellow flower farm. Now, I might have had sunflowers before, but either way, you never know. I don't really remember if I do have one or not. Sure, guys, my base is very weirdly lit up. If that's the case, it's very weird. It's a very tiny mesa. Or no, it's not a mesa, sorry, savanna. See if we can keep that luck going, though, with the... the ruined loot. High jump makes it easier to do this. Sun is rising. Sun is rising in the sky. That's not how it works. That's how the song goes. Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud inside. It stopped raining. Everybody, it stopped raining. Don't you know? It's a beautiful new day. Hey, dun dun dun. Shit. Got jack shit from this one. Guess that's to make up. But, yeah, so I need to finish up the story of the week. So, we had a good time. I think I almost fell asleep at his house because I was so tired. It was like, bro, I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta go. And so we move on to the next week. Or no, we move on to the end of the week. So we had a beach day. I think it was our Thursday was a beach day. And to say the least, it was a fun beach day, okay? Gotta go to the beach because we were right by the beach. So we didn't have to walk that far. Gotta go swimming. And oh yeah, the original, the camp director finally came back. He's this guy. The camp director was this really annoying young dude who, well, you think he had autism or some shit. He said he was on the spectrum. So, but he would like correct kids and crap, which was so annoying, you know? Like, who corrects kids? Like a kid would say something stupid, like a kid does. He'd be like, "Well, technically, yeah," and we're like, "Bruh." And plus, he was gone because he had COVID, but he came back so fast, I swear. And people were like, "Bruh." But we'll get into more of that stuff whenever I continue the story in the future. I'm headed backwards. Oh, I'm not good. I'm headed the right way. But the only day he was ever chill, like a complete chill, he was always like so tough too. Like he'd like be so harsh on protocol. Like if someone on their phone, one of the counselors, he'd be like, "You're supposed to be on your break for that." Really annoying guy. He wasn't chill like all the other directors I've had. But the one day he was chill was we went to the beach because he's from Wisconsin. And like he brought like a football. And we went like and like we were just throwing the football. We were playing keeps away with a kid and stuff. And being in the beach, in the water as a counselor, you have to like create like a square kind of where your kids swim in, and unless like there's extra, like one time I was working at a sports camp, there were extras, like I gotta chill in the water. Yeah, usually you have to just do it. But that kid I got along with super well. I said the name was Spencer. We were playing like keeps away with them and a bunch of other kids. But, like they were the keeps away. It was so much fun though. It was so much fun though, and the dude was getting along so well. It was so much fun that Thursday. We went to the beach. I remember later on I decided to go on land duty because the 15-year-old counselor was like, they were there this day because beach day, we need them. They were on land duty, and I was like, I want it. Switch to me, bruh. And so then I was on land duty, and then it was mostly the older kids, the ones I mentioned before. They were like digging a hole, and a couple times they got stuck in the hole. And I was like, oh my god, guys, I got you. I'll get you out of the hole. And it was a good time. And the next Friday, the Friday came. I don't know why I said next Friday. The Friday came, and let's just say I was ready for a great day that I was not expecting. So turns out there was a previous one of the younger camps that were still part of this camp, but like the younger groups that still parts of the nature camps. Like the nature camp was really just a bunch of, it was like 4 different camps for different ages, like ages 10 to 11, which is the one I was at, 8 to 9, and 6 to 7 actually. So there wasn't a 4th one. It was only 3. And the one that was 6 to 7, I did not know. I ran into them once because like they would come to they'd always come to our beach, and I recognized a few kids from it, but didn't really care. But this day was the day that the 8 to 9-year-olds came. So there was this camp, one of the good things about this one was you get to spend it overnight. There's a day where you get to do an overnight thing. And you go like overnight to like this like camping place, like this, what's it called, state park nearby. Somewhere nearby, like an hour or 2 away. And it was all the hype. But the younger groups didn't get to do it. They said they would like spend a night where we were. And usually their park was like on the northwest side of town. But they'd come in, and so they spent the night, and so the next morning they were there. And so I show up to work. I'm with my good counselor buddy who I went to high school with. And it's just a bunch of different kids running around our area. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But then I'm like in the cabin, just like writing down my hours, And then a kid comes up to me who knows me, and I know them, and I was like, oh my god. It was this girl I hadn't seen since like June 30th. She was like this girl. I don't think I ever said her name, but she had the same name as my grandma, like literally the same name, and like the name is popular for having a nickname. Same nickname too. I was like, oh my god, it's you. And it was like she saw me, but I didn't see her. She's like, oh yeah, you work here now. And she's the one who like had a dad who worked like with the city, so like everyone's like, be careful with that kid. Her dad's high ranked. I was like, oh hi, what's up? And I was her counselor for a long time. She was in my little red group, and we talked and stuff. And yeah, I went back to work with my kids, obviously, and then we went to the park later that day, and they were at the park too. And I talked to her a bit at the park. Very fun kid. For a 9-year-old, she was pretty big, I remember. And pretty smart, too, actually. Probably one of those kids who's going to go, like, Harvard, honestly. You don't know at that age, but probably, right? Because I met a lot more stupid kids who are probably going to go to Harvard, you know? So I met a lot of people who are stupid as kids who are probably going to Harvard now, or at least going to a really good school. Or they're at least like average intelligence as a kid, so. Yeah. Very, very, and so like, it was pretty crazy. We had like 2 large camps at the park at once, and some of our kids had like their younger brothers there and stuff. Like, remember the kid Sam I brought up a lot? He had like a younger brother who was like attacking him at the park. And at first, I was with this other counselor. I remember who, I think it was probably the co-director of the camp. And he's like, "What the fuck? Why is this random kid just attacking our kid?" And we're like, "Oh shit." And it's like, "Oh no, he's my brother." And it's like, "Oh, okay." Crisis averted. It was super fun because I was hanging out with my kids, like the kid I got along with super well named Spencer and stuff. And then there was also that other girl there who I was a counselor for previously. And I was like, oh, I want to really interact with my kids, but I don't think that ever happened. But they're like around each other, and I would like switch between playing with them, I guess. I don't know, it kind of felt like a crossover episode, you know, sort of. And I remember right when she was leaving, she kind of just said, "Oh, she came to me one last time." She's like, "Oh, goodbye," and she said my name, and I was like, "Oh, bye." And I felt like, oh, this is probably the last time I'm gonna see this kid for a long time at least. And I felt like she knew somehow. Like, oh yeah, I'll see ya somewhere, some point, someday. It's kind of sad, actually. I miss that kiddo. But one day they definitely live in this town, though, so one day we will see them again. Who knows? But a lot of your goodbyes with kids is actually kind of sad if you work this type of job, you know? Because kids don't really understand the concept of goodbye as much as an adult does. Like, it's weird. I can go without seeing people for years as an adult and not give a shit. Because as an adult, you don't change a lot, but as a kid, next time you see them, they're a completely different person a lot of the time. So, yeah. That's just how it is. And so, that Friday was your average Friday in reality. But another thing happened. So that was in the morning, that stuff. In the afternoon, I'd seen these guys come by a couple times because they go to the beach here. The old sports camp I had just worked at the previous week came back around. But this time it was like a crew of people that I really knew. And so we were, and a lot of time they probably come like every day, but we were at the playground, or we were at like our building or whatever. But this time we were at the playground, so I'm like, oh, I recognize those guys. And I saw like a bunch of the counselors I worked with the previous week, like the dude who was like 15, or the dude who was like 13 when he started the job, and then some of the other people. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go over there and talk to them. So I went over there, and it was like by this like there's like little like lunch area where people get to eat, and it's kind of public, so I don't think we use it, but they were just chilling there because they wanted to go to the park because the beach wasn't open, which makes me think this was the morning actually. But yeah, maybe this was the morning actually. And the other camp was at the one that like had the kid I knew was actually at the beach at the time because I know they went to the beach. So yeah, maybe it was in the morning. And so they were there, and I was like, "Hey guys!" Like, "Oh, what's up? How's it going?" And I saw like the annoying there's this annoying kid there. I saw that I've mentioned. He was like Blasian. He's one of the rare Blasians I've ever met. He was there, and that girl, the redhead, who I always say had a big nose, but it's true. She had like I have a big nose, so like she had like a nose that was like mine, pretty much. But I don't know. Her name was Abby. I'll just say it. I feel like that's way better than saying big nose kid. She was there too, and yeah, I had a funny relationship with her. And so she was like coming up to me and just like, she would just like stare at me, didn't say anything. And I walked somewhere else and she kept following. And I was like, what is this kid doing? And I was talking to the dudes I'd worked with. And they're like, oh yeah, bro, I saw your brother at the gym. A lot of people have found out the hard way that I'm a twin, dude. A lot of people have found out the hard way. But, including that dude. So, yeah. Anyways, that was the end of the week pretty much. I remember coming home from work later that day like, wow, what a fantastic week. And I'll tell you, that weekend, July 30th and July 31st, was garbo. Like, it was one of the worst weekends I've ever had in the summer. I don't know why. I was thinking, like, we went to the beach. My whole family went to, like, a different beach. Well, not the main one. And I was like, okay, this beach is super crowded. There's got to be a kid I recognize here, and somehow there wasn't. Like, super rare, a crowded beach without anyone I recognize. I was like, aw. And so that ends that. Anyways, I'm gonna stop here. I've got one last week to talk about for my summer job, and I've got like 2.5 more weeks to get through over the summer, and I'll be done telling you the story of the summer. Finally, I'll be done. Oh man, I'm gonna go eat my lunch and shit, and we'll probably resume this stream series in like February or March. I'm gonna be home for spring break, obviously, but it's gonna be a bit weirder because I'm gonna be home. But how do I put this? I'm not gonna be home that long. I'm gonna be going on vacation to Florida. So you're probably actually not gonna get a lot of spring break from me. I'll be back for my birthday in January 29th, around that time. So that's probably when you'll probably get the next Sarfvival stream at the earliest. Or if I stream this tomorrow, because I've still got 4 days. Three full days, not counting today left. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday are 3 full days that aren't today that I have left here. Okay, let's stop at this village. Yeah, so decent stream. I got some progress on it. I was really slow with telling the story. Despite that, I think I got through it fast. Working at that beach was quite fun. I actually kind of miss it. But the next week was actually more fun than the first week. So week 8 was better than week 7. So when I tell that story, whenever I do, I hope you guys enjoy it. Stream for an hour 47. I think we did good. Yeah, I wanted to stream Sarfvival throughout select times of this break, but I decided I'd just do Windcraft or SCPSL. And now I'm done with Windcraft for a bit, so I think